This is forged from a farrier's rasp, and I had to anneal it and temper it because when you get these, they're rather brittle. I made the guard out of brass, handle out of leather, and the end of it, I can't remember what that was. It was just a piece of scrap metal that I found. But anyway, there it is. Both sides.
Have you killed anybody with it?
Anyway, this is a typical S-hook. Easy to forge out of square stock. You put a nice little twist in it, you can see.
What are those used for?
Oh, just hanging things, like,
Okay.
you know, just anything.
Okay.
Anything you want. Hook into the ceiling, hook into something else, anything.
All right. Flower pots?
Yep. This was a fun little project I actually did with Nate.
Yeah.
It was a joint project. This is, yeah. Set that down. Bottle opener. Really popular. Sell like hotcakes.
Right.
This is a plant hanger I made out of, actually come over here for a sec. Scrap from railing. That was for my old house.
Right.
So I took that and cut it out and hammered it out. Put a little curl in it.
So it was already twisted, so you didn't have to deal with that. You just
Yep.
had to do the curl.
Yeah, easy for me. Anyway, come on back over here. This is just a longer S-hook made for hanging things lower. Same material.
Yep.
This was a project I did a long time ago in shop class.
At LHS?
Yep.
What is it?
LJHS. back
Oh,
in the
really?
days. Yes.
Going way back.
It's just a fire poker
Okay.
with the handle and everything. I actually made that in Roderick's class.
Oh, nice.
Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this was just a fun sword I made. I had a piece of brass, an extra piece of brass, and this is actually a plumb bob I cut down and put on there for a
Nice.
pommel. But yeah, this was just a fun thing. It's not really functional or anything. It's just, I think it's, if I remember correctly, that's just weld steel or something. So,
Okay. What does something like that go for when you're selling them?
oh, something like this?
Yeah.
Typically 150, 200 or so. For something like this. It's not really functional, but it's unique. Everything I make is unique and from right here. I've also got this. This was a scrap piece of lawnmower blade. And this thing's pretty tough. I hardened the edge of it and it will chop really good. If you want a demonstration, I'll show you over here.
Well, sure. As long as it's not my arm or something.
Oh yeah, no way.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you ever watch your
Works.
Forged in Fire or anything like that? That's the kind of crap they do to it, and you can see no damage to the blade.
Right. Pretty sturdy.
So there you go. Anybody who's looking to make a knife out of scrap metal, lawnmower blade's your way to go. Here's a silly little one. I made it out of a piece of rebar. It's a little butter knife, and the funny thing about that is I left this on here. It says turkey.
I'm not seeing it in the camera. Where's it say turkey?
Oh, right here, right here.
Okay.
Here's another fun one. Like I told you, I work with scrap metal a lot. This was a horseshoe that I bought from an antique mall.
So you had to straighten it out some. And
Yeah, I of course it was wrapped around this way, so I
Is that
hammered
a-
it back straight and then curved it the other way. This is made from obviously a wrench, so I call them wrench blades. People really like these too.
What size of wrench is that? Oh, 3/4. I can see it.
Yep, 3/4. Yep. And I purposefully did this side so it had the forged.
Nice.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, there's that one.
So is wrench metal a good source?
Yeah, if you temper it properly.
Okay.
But anyway, here's this. There's another little one. I was just playing around and making that one. That was back, I made these in my practice days because that was the steel that I had to source. Let's see what else we got here. We'll go ahead with this. My picnic forks, or whatever you want to call them here, bonfire forks.
Hot dogs and
Yeah, that's right. And I've actually used these. I had some buddies coming out one day and we made a little bonfire, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make some tools for it. So I've started making these and selling them also.
nice.
Those will sell for about 15 a piece.
Okay.
This is my pride and joy. My axe. That's my own design. Came up with it out of my head. This is what I love doing most. I love making axes. I don't know why, just love it. But this was one of my favorite ones. I had another one, but I already sold it. And I've had a couple other ones, but this one I kept for myself as an example of what I love to do, making axes.
Did I see a photo on Facebook of you at a medieval kind of...
Renaissance Festival.
There we go.
Yeah, and that's something that I want to get into also. I would love to get into the Renaissance Festival and take my own stuff up there eventually. Anyway, this is the first axe that I ever did. And I did something on it. I etched a design. I kind of tried to make it a Viking style because back in the days I was watching the Vikings, the series.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
But anyway, yeah, that was where that came from, and I actually crafted one my cousin bought from me. My cousin Janet. She wanted one that looked similar to that, because she was really into the show back then also. So, yeah. Anyway, there's that, and then we've got chainmail. I also do chainmail.
How do you do that? That's pretty complicated, isn't it?
It takes some time, yeah. I do it by hand. I make little rings and put them together. Basically, it's 4-in-1. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Really a fun little hobby to do in the evening when, you're just trying to relax and watch a movie or something. But anyway, there you go.
Looks like it'd take forever.
It does take a long time. That's probably about 20, 25 hours of work right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to make pajamas out of that, are you?
Well, if I've been thinking, I'd have brought the equipment up here to do it. But basically what you do is you take a shaft. It has a crank on it and a box around it. And you feed wire into it, crank it along the way, and make a big spring, basically.
Yeah.
And then you clip them with a pair of clippers, straighten them out, put them together. It's a 4-in-1 pattern. It kind of looks like the Olympic symbol, except all joined together. Yeah.
All right.
Once the metal's already hot, it usually doesn't take as long to get it back to forging temperature. Okay, there we go. And there we are. Nice and round at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, what we'll do next is, since the hook will be right here, we'll come and do a twist in the middle. So that's where I'll heat up next. Then we'll come over to the vise, do a nice twist on it.
All right.
heat it up a little bit more now. It's up to When you do this, you want to pay real close attention to where your heat is at, because that's exactly where it's going to twist. And when you line it back up, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah. Pretty easy process. Helps to have one of these guys. This is called a leg vise.
Looks like an outboard engine.
Say what?
Looks like an outboard engine strapped on a boat.
Yeah. Anyway, now all we have to do is wait for that to cool down, and then we'll forge a curve in it, chop it off, and there you have a hook.